Okay, we're here with Pierre Park's Cliff Crochet, who is going to the Bassmasters Classic in February on the strength of placing second in the Bassmaster Central Opens. And so we're going to talk to him a little bit about how he fishes the Atchafalaya Basin when the river's high, when most of us decide to fish elsewhere. Cliff's in here working and catching fish. Cliff, what's your general strategy? What are you focusing on?
Water high in the spillway, I'm looking mostly for matted lilies, matted grass, something that'll concentrate the fish.
Okay, and I mean, does any mat do, or are you looking for specific things with the mats?
The best mats are the isolated mats. Mats off of the main mat a little bit, cypress trees that have mats around them, but anything isolated makes it better.
Okay, and what are you working those mats with?
I'm flipping a yum crawbug. It's just a soft plastic crawfish. It's pretty small bait, but it looks just like a crawfish, which that's what the fish in the basin eat. It's small enough to get in and out of the mat real easy without getting caught up, but it's big enough it'll get you that big bite.
Okay, all right, and so you're punching it through the lilies. How are you rigging it to make that effective?
What I'm doing is Texas rigging it on I prefer a straight shank hook with a collar that's melted on there with a cigarette lighter.
And who makes this particular hook?
This is a Reaction Innovation BMF flipping hook.
Okay, okay.
All you need to do is just Texas rig it. Go about to about the pin on your hook, coming out, bring it out of the bait, turn on the hook, bring it above this collar, hook it on that collar. That's a good thing about that collar. It'll keep it from slipping down, going in and out of the mat. And that's another good thing about this crawbug is you stick the hook straight through the nose. So whenever you get that bite on this bait, it's straight hook.
Okay, okay, and now, when you're flipping mats, you need a fairly heavy weight. What are you using? This
is 1 3/4 ounce penetrator weight. Big old weight. If it's thick, it'll get through there. On top of the weight, I have two on this line, on this rod. It's a bobber stopper made by Bass Pro Shops. It just slides right on your line, and what that does, you bring it down over your hook, over your weight, and your weight will stay snug. So when you punch through, if your weight goes down, your bait's with it.
Okay, okay, and now, a lot of people will use heavy weights, and when we talk heavy weights, a lot of times we're talking an ounce. You're using 1 3/4 ounces. Why so heavy?
The thicker the grass, the heavier the weight, and with that water being high, a lot of that, the lilies and grass, it'll just mat up that much more. Bigger weight gets through the grass. I prefer a bigger weight. It's got a faster fall. I think it gets more reaction bites. Okay,
all right. Well, now with such a barbell on the end of your line there, do you have to upgrade your rod to be able to handle it?
If you want to get them in a boat, that's the best thing to do. I throw a Powell 800 SBR, it's extra heavy rod, 8 foot, very little tip to move the fish. As soon as he bites, set the hook, you're moving him out the mat. The 8 foot length, I like it. Gives you a little more leverage, along with a heavy action to move that fish out of the mat.
And why is it so important? You say to move the fish. Why is that so important?
Well, he's in heavy cover. When he bites, if you don't move him, he's in heavy cover. Tie you up, break you off. You need to get him out in open water so you can fight him.
Okay.
And get him in a boat.
Okay, and again, we're talking about fishing the basin when the river is high. A lot of people have the maybe misconception that the water is muddy in the basin when that happens. And is that the case? What are you looking for to up your odds of finding fish in the mats?
Well, most of the water in the basin will be muddy, but some of it will stay clear. As far as what I'm looking for in the mats, if the fish are still ready to sloughs and that type of stuff, even in high water, sloughs and anything that you would fish regularly, points, cuts, that type of stuff, Still works when the water's high.
Okay, and so in addition to those sloughs, those cuts, those points, you're looking for the cleanest water you can find?
Not necessarily the cleanest water, because some of it, you may have some black water coming out of the swamp or something, but just good green spillway water. You may have to look and ride for half the day or so, but it's out there if you can find it, and fish will be in it.
Great. All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.